Hi, welcome to today's video. Today, we're talking about intelligence. So, first, think about this. Who are the most intelligent people you know? What characteristics do they have? And do you consider yourself similar to them? Why? Please pause the video and write down a few ideas so we can share in class. Okay? Great. Now, let's go to student book page 126, exercise B. Please read this part of a lecture on intelligence. How many different types of intelligence are mentioned? What are they? Pause the video while you read. Okay, great. So if you notice, the article mentions seven types of intelligence. We have linguistic, we also have logical mathematical, we have musical, bodily, spatial, interpersonal, and intrapersonal intelligence. Great. Now, we're going to work on exercise C. We're going to make a chart just like this one, including the type of intelligence, characteristics of people that have this type of intelligence, and careers that they would be good at. For example, with linguistic intelligence, we know that they are articulate and that they would make good writers, actors, lawyers, and teachers. Pause the video while you work on this. Okay? So, in the types of intelligences, you should have logical mathematical, musical, bodily, spatial, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. Now, during class, we're going to check the characteristics and the careers that would be good for these people. Let's continue. Now, let's go to workbook page 90, exercise A. Here, we're going to complete the sentences with the types of intelligence in the box. For example, architects need intelligence so they can design living spaces. In this case, do you think we should use bodily, interpersonal, intrapersonal, linguistic, mathematical, musical, or spatial? That's right, here they need spatial intelligence. 2. Some people can play an instrument well. They have musical intelligence. Now pause the video while you work on the rest. Okay, excellent. We're going to check this during our class. Now, let's work on exercise C. Here, you're going to use the expressions in the box in order to write sentences that are true for you. For example, something that you are or you're not very adept at, something that you're able to do or that you're unable to do, etc. Remember to have this ready before class. Okay, excellent. So, we're going to be talking about geniuses now. So, let's read the sentences. Geniuses in the future need to be extremely literate and highly skilled, linguistically literate and know many languages. They need to solve problems incredibly easily. They also need to be especially good at math. Now, do you agree with these statements? Why? Think about this so we can share in class. Okay? So, now, what is special about the words in pink? Extremely, highly, etc. If you notice, they are adverbs and they are describing another adverb or they are describing an adjective. They could also be describing actions. For example, extremely literate is describing the adjective literate. If you notice, in sentence number 3, they need to solve problems incredibly easily. Incredibly is describing the other adverb easily, but easily is describing the action solve problems. So, let's continue. I want you to identify the type of adverbs that we have here. Are we talking about degree, focus, manner, option, or type? Please notice that you will need two for degree, but the rest you will only find one. Pause the video while you try to identify them. Okay, excellent. So, You should have for in degree, extremely, and highly, for focus, especially, manner or how things are done, easily, opinion, incredibly, and type, linguistically. Okay, so something that we need to notice with adverbs is that they go before adjectives like extremely literate, highly skilled, linguistically literate, especially good. Now, usually they go after verbs like solve problems easily, but when they are describing another adverb, they will also go before incredibly easily. Incredibly is describing easily. Now, let's continue. I want you to please correct these five sentences. Let's do the first one. My sister is linguistical gifted. In this case, if you notice, I'm using two adjectives, but an adjective cannot describe another adjective. So we're going to use linguistically gifted. Why? Because linguistically is describing the adjective gifted. Pause the video while you work on the rest, please. Okay, let's check. They are literate extremely. In this case, we're just going to change the order because first we should use the adverb and then the adjective. People with musical intelligence are general well at playing musical instruments. If you notice here, general is an adjective and well is an adverb, and we should actually do the opposite. We should use generally good, adverb, adjective. She works incredible fast. If you notice here, incredible is an adjective, so we should use the adverb. The problems were easily. Now, in this case, we're going to use an adjective, easy. Why? Because we are describing the problems. Therefore, we need an adjective, not an adverb. Okay, let's continue. Let's work on workbook page 91, exercise A. Here, we need to add the adverb form of the adjectives in parentheses to the sentences. Let's do the first one. Singers don't have to be technically perfect. They just need to be able to express emotions. 2. It is important to get a college education to get ahead in life. In this case, we should use the adverb form of extreme, which is extremely. Where are we going to write it? That's right, it is extremely important to get a college education. Now pause the video while you work on the rest, please. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and check. Number 3. If you are a lawyer, you need to be articulate to become highly skilled. I don't believe that some people can speak 7 languages. No one can be so linguistically gifted. It's incredibly interesting to read about different types of minds and intelligences. 6. Students who are very musical often do remarkably well in math too. 7. Intrapersonal intelligence is particularly difficult to learn, but it is an particularly important skill. Here you have two options, so these are the two positions. And the last one, it is relatively easy to take really good photos with the latest cameras. Did you have the same? Great. Now, let's work on exercise C. Here we're going to complete the blog post with the correct form of adjective or adjective form of the words given. Here, you gotta be careful and check if you're describing a noun, there you're going to use an adjective, or if you're describing an action, an adjective, or an adverb. If that's the case, use an adverb. I have never really been mathematical and talented. If you notice, talented is going to be our adjective, so we're going to use mathematically talented. But I needed math to graduate from high school. So my mom contacted a friend of hers, Valley, who had been particularly good at math when they were in school together. Great. Now, pause the video while you work on the rest, please. Okay? Excellent. We're going to check in class. Finally, work on exercise D. Please write some sentences about you. An activity that you're relatively skilled at. A place you think is remarkably beautiful. Guys, remember to have this ready before class. I will see you then. Bye bye.